Today we're out at Gold Hill Road, right smack in the middle of Los Padres National Forest. We're riding a Moto Guzzi Stelvio NTX and the new Ducati Multistrada 1200S. Welcome to RideApart. Those idiots almost hit each other. I work with knuckleheads. Riding a motorcycle fast, it's about 90% skill and about 10% bike, right?
Yeah.
You think that's about right?
Yeah.
And you're a former world championship racer, right?
Yeah.
How hard was it just now for you to keep up with me?
Yeah, tough.
Average guy, right?
Yeah, tough going.
You were sliding the front?
Yeah, I was sliding everything, man. It was tough going.
All right. I've never, ever ridden this bike before. This is literally the first time I've ever hopped on it. It is the best sports bike I've ever ridden. It really, really is. It really is good. It is. I'm so surprised. I'm saying about that about a Ducati. This thing is fucking amazing. It's fucking amazing. It is so fast. The suspension is so good. Öhlins is worth the money. The engine is flexible. The brakes are full of feel. You know, this is it. Like this is probably the fastest road bike, you know, for riding on real roads out there right now. You know, not a liter bike, not a 600. You know, it's this adventure tour.
Yeah, it's an incredible motorcycle.
You can ride that Multistrada for hours and hours and hours and hours. And you get off of it and you're like, I was just on something that's like a 99R. It's pretty much the same horsepower, except that my butt doesn't hurt, my knees aren't cranking, like everything feels comfortable. And now I'm just gonna go cruise and lollygag because I'm perfectly fine and I'm not exhausted.
So this Stelvio is called the Stelvio NTX. I'm not sure what NTX stands for, probably something ridiculous, but it's an all new bike. They won't tell you this. All new frame, all new motor. It's completely different than the old Stelvio. And once you really start ragging it, it does well, doesn't it? When you start bouncing that motor off the limiter, you start really getting it in the corners hard, and it sort of transforms. It has like sort of a Jekyll and Hyde personality.
Well, I don't know how far I would go with that because you definitely have a point where the brakes start really hurting you.
Yeah, it is heavy.
So, like, you've really got to be careful about it's more about maintaining speed than scrubbing speed, because you'll get yourself into really hairy situations doing that. Also, it's really easy to drag the pegs here. Yeah, and one thing is that the way they go back, they don't automatically fold up so they can grab.
I think the thing about the Guzzi is, I mean, it has a pretty awesome engine. It really has a lot of power down there, and it has it right from the bottom. So that's its good point. The bad point is the engine weighs an absolute ton, and then the bike now weighs a ton.
Well, it's only bad when you're going at really, really high speeds.
Yeah, or off road.
Get it! Go on, you can get it!
I mean, as you just saw, if you were out here by yourself and you knocked that thing over, chances are you aren't actually going to be able to pick it up. And then you're just kind of fucked, aren't you?
Seriously, if I was on a normal adventure trip, that would be fully loaded. and that'd
An
be.
extra 100 or so pounds, probably.
You'd have to take all of it off.
There would be no way I could have. Like I tippled off there, turning a bike, doing a U-turn, simple U-turn.
Doing nothing, and you're a talented, you're a good rider.
Well, obviously not that good. But I'm not the strongest guy in the world, but I just felt it was like trying to pick up a sumo wrestler. It was seriously, I was going for it there, and that 10 seconds until you guys came along to help me, felt like a minute.
It was probably about a minute.
Was it? Oh.
Yeah. We just had to.
My legs were shaking.
I kept waiting for you to put it back down, and you never did. So I was like, all right, fine, I'll go help you.
I spent a good.
Because Wes wasn't going to.
I spent a good 60 seconds saying, "What an idiot."
Yeah. Well, I spent a good 30 seconds then just swearing.
Come down! Come on! Come on!
Dude! Mamma mia!
Guys!
Okay, so both of the Italians have gone down.
Wow!
Guys!
Oh!
2 fingers!
Thank you, man.
Oh, you just left me with.
Forgot about you.
What the hell was that?
Holding this up. Whoa.
Whoops.
You're such an asshole.
Okay, so we came here to ride 2 motorcycles.
Yep.
We brought a third, thinking that it would not really be that much of a big deal.
So we came to ride where
So that bike was the 990 Adventure.
the yardstick was the 990 Adventure.
Yeah.
We featured it before,
Yeah.
but we wanted to just bring it along as something that would be better in the dirt and sort of give a point of comparison for 2 road bikes
That are supposed to be.
that are supposed to be better.
Yeah. They're supposed to be
On the
adventure
road.
bikes.
Supposed to be adventure bikes.
Yeah. What we found out is something entirely different. If there's going to be one motorcycle, it's still going to be that 990.
Yeah, it's faster than the Stelvio, and
On the road.
It's
Obviously in the dirt.
better than both of them off road,
Combined.
and honestly, it can just about keep up with the Ducati on the road. It's got that KTM has such fantastic feel through everything, through the brakes, through the throttle, through the tires, through the suspension. You're sitting on the road and you realize you're sliding the rear out of every corner on the power.
It gives you good feedback.
On a dual sport.
Yeah. You've almost got poles apart. You've got a fantastic off-road bike, which is obviously very capable on the road, which is the KTM.
Yep.
Then you've got an insanely incredible road bike in a Multistrada
Yep.
that you can take off-road a little bit.
Very little bit.
And then you've got the Stelvio, which is very much like the Multistrada in what it can do off-road.
And not
Nothing.
so much like
Which is not on the law, as I found, crashing at 0 miles an hour.
Idiot.
And it weighs a lot.
Yeah.
And
oh God, is it heavy? Oh
and,
my God.
and it doesn't do anything that really fills me with any kind of confidence or
No.
or any kind of excitement either.
Especially when you're
It's
going.
just plods away.
Yeah, when you're coming up on sharp corners and you've got to actually hit the brakes.
Yeah. No.
That's a little on the scary side because you're gonna. Am I gonna stop? I don't know. I'm putting it in the corner. I'm like, okay, I guess it's gonna do it.
Yeah.
Adventure is such a loose term. Everybody's idea is different. On the KTM, your adventure might be, riding across Mongolia off-road, right? You could legitimately do that on the motorcycle.
Mm-hmm.
On the Multistrada, your adventure might be coming up here and passing every single superbike ever, which I would enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
I could go pass a day on the Snake on it. I think you would like that. On the Stelvio, your adventure might be taking your wife and setting out across the desert.
Yeah, like a ride to Alaska.
Yeah, or
summer.
cruising to Vegas or something.
Yeah.
I do think the adventure term is correct. These are adventure bikes. It's not a super bike and a sport bike and a super.
You look at a superbike,
It's just what
and
kind of adventure
they're all basically
The
identical.
adventure
You look at
is-
adventure, and they're all completely different.
It depends on the motorcycle is the adventure. Whatever the limit of the motorcycle, that's your adventure. That's
What it
how
seems to
much
be
you
is
can
what,
take it.
what defines them as adventure is the fact that they all three of these bikes are legitimately, no matter how fast you go, all day comfortable.
Yep.
Yes.
You can go
in
super
town,
bike,
on the highway, wherever they are completely comfortable.
super bike fast,
Yeah.
doesn't matter. You still get off it and you feel fine. You're not
Yep.
like your legs aren't cramped.
What time did
your
we
back isn't
we
cramped.
start riding this
We
morning?
started at 7 o'clock in the morning. That's
So
when we started.
I started at 6 a.m.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
No, you
It
didn't.
was 6:20.
Yeah.
All right,
You didn't even
it's-
text me until 6:50.
All right. It's 5 o'clock now, so we've been riding for
It's math.
7 to
It's math.
5.
It's math.
5. We've run for 10 hours. Okay. I'm really bad at math. We've been running for 10 hours. I have zero aches or pains. Nothing on me is sore. I can feel all my body parts, which is rare. Couldn't have said the same if I'd come up on a super bike.
Yeah.
You obviously didn't have to try and pick up the Stelvio because otherwise
You
you'd have
must be
leg ache.
sore. more squats in the gym, Jamie.
My quads.